Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Building $1 Million Business. As always, I'm your host as well as your guide. Let's get Instagram connected. Let's get Insty. Come on, Insty. Come on, Insty. Give it to me. Connect that button. Let's go. Is it live? Is it live? Is it live? Right there. Boom. There we go. We're back. Better than ever, greater than ever, more blessed than ever. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go-getters. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, mid-level professionals. Welcome back, corporate executives. Welcome back. What are we doing? Why are we here? We're building out $1 million business and we're doing it in public. And as always, I'm your host as well as your guide on this thing known as Patrick Hart, in some circles known as that healthcare guy. And I'm happy to be here amongst you today. I have my health and my strength, and we're building $1 million business. So let's get into it. Today is going to be episode 103 already, right? So at this point, I'm just telling you what episodes it is, and I'm kind of dropping the title out. I'm dropping the number outside of the title because I think it's a little bit redundant at this point, but we're building $1 million business. As always, I do this every single day, noon Central Standard Time. So invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. They're for you, they're for me. Basically, it's informational. It's designed to give us enough information, the knowledge, the frameworks, the insights, everything that we need to build out our $1 million brand and do it in 12 months. All right. So let me make sure all my comment sections and my chat box is going to be open today. Let's check this out. Let's see if this works right here. Let me give you a round of applause for rocking with me. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me today. So episode 103 today. Man, I'm just, y'all bear with me. Y'all know, like, I feel like I can come here and just have like an honest conversation with folks who kind of see things the way that they see things, right? And so I feel like this is a safe space. I can come here. I can share with you some of my insights, some of my thinking, some of the ideas that's kind of been moving the needle, some of the things that haven't been working, some of the things that have been working, just a little bit of everything. I see you, Layla Shop. I appreciate you already showing me love. That's what's up. I see you, family. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. So that's Layla Shop 444. She's on TikTok. Y'all may want to connect with her, man. Like real talk. You may want to connect with her. I see you, JB. Y'all appreciate you. I see you, Frank. Thank you for tapping in. I see you, Millie Cyber. Thank you for tapping in. Today we're going to stream across Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So we got the whole family in one place. So what is today's episode about? Drum roll, please. Let's go. Episode 103. Listen, today's title is going to be what I'm seeing that most people are missing. All right. So I put my notes together and I want to come here and share with you guys officially right now. The chat box, the comment box is going to be open. So listen, there's something on your mind, something you want to get off your chest, something you agree with, something you disagree with. You just want to add some insight or, add some value for the commentary. Drop your comments below. Don't be a stranger. Okay. And we got two big goals this year, right? The first big goal, if you're just now joining, we're building out $1 million brand and we're doing it in 1 year. People want to know, well, how can you build your brand and start generating $1 million in 1 year? That's exactly what we're doing. I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy in some circles. And so I become your proof point to show you how to navigate the rough waters to build out $1 million brand and do it in 1 year. That's exactly what we're doing. I see you, Dukes. I see you, Mr. Benz. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I see you, Patrick L. I see you, Zodiac. I see you, C-Trade. Everybody's tapping in right now. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, as well as Instagram. So episode 103, what I'm seeing right now that most people are missing. I'm going to share with you. I know I come here and I could really just have a conversation with you, right? I feel like I'm not going to be judged. This is like I'm building out a brand in public. And that's different from what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people, what they're trying to do, and you see a lot of these creators, they want to sell you something, but nobody really taught you how they made their money, how they built up their brand. So I've been doing it in public, and y'all been rocking me. You've been seeing that, especially for the folks that's following me on LinkedIn, because I wanted to start out with like 1 or 2 channels first and then migrate to the other channels. So my main channel that I spend a lot of content, I put a lot of content on is LinkedIn right now. I got a strong following base right now, but now I'm at the point that every single week, I have 1, 2, maybe even 3 posts that absolutely go viral every single week, like clockwork. I dropped one yesterday. I dropped a post yesterday. I forgot the title of the post, but you can look it up on LinkedIn. But I dropped it yesterday, and I checked it today, and it was close to 65,000 impressions. I received like 40 new followers off of that one post, like 60,000 impressions over, over 100 different comments, engagements that was engaged on the post. And I got over 40 new followers just from that one post, right? So when I'm telling you I'm building this thing out in public, I truly am building this thing out in public. I make sure like I follow some of the top creators. I see what they're doing. I want to put my touches on it. I want to have my own brand voice when I come to them. And then, I drop some content and then my thought on the particular topic. And then so far it's been working like crazy. So here's the thing. Today, we're going to be talking about what I'm seeing that most people are missing. Okay, I want to get right into it. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Remember, the chat box, the comment boxes are open. So if there's something that's on your chest, something's on your mind, or you just agree or disagree, show some love, whatever. Listen, the longer I build this publicly, the more I realize something, all right? And a lot of people, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all showing love. Y'all really do, man. Y'all been supporting me more than I expected the support was going to be. And from the bottom of my heart, it's really appreciated. So if this is your first time here, thank you for joining. If you're a returning viewer, you know what I say. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been rocking with me. Listen, so a lot of people are looking at opportunities directly in the face. It's what I'm seeing. They can see the opportunity, but they're still missing it altogether. And it's not because, listen, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're incapable, but it seems to be like they're looking in the wrong direction. Like you're trying to find clarity, but you're looking in the wrong direction. You're trying to find that energy, but you're not tapping into the right source, right? And I think we're living through one of the biggest opportunity shifts that I've seen in my entire career before. And most people, they're still playing the old game, but they expect that they're going to have a different outcome. The game has changed, family, and I want to share that with you. Like the game is changing. I'm not sure if you're picking up game or maybe you're living in the past, but the world has already moved from what it used to be 2 years ago. Like it's night and day from what it used to be 2 years ago. Have y'all noticed that, or is it just me? Is it y'all let me know in the comment box if you noticed it or it's just me. The rules have changed, but people are still operating like they haven't changed. Y'all notice that? Like you're like, where they do that at? Like here we are in 2026. Our technology is so different than what it was in 2023. In 3 years, I remember when I first started this thing in 2023, I bet on myself. I see you, Tab 706. I appreciate you, family. I remember in 2023, when I first became an entrepreneur, I left the corporate world. I became an entrepreneur. I was like, okay, Pat, we're going to bet on ourselves. We're going to make this thing happen, right? We're going to make it do what it do. And I did that. So I became an entrepreneur. I started paying myself. And I think one of the things that I wanted to do, because back then, content was a big thing. I mean, content's still a big thing, but content was a huge thing back in the day. But we didn't have all the video editing tools that we have now. So the first thing that I did, man, I started learning Adobe, how to edit videos on Adobe. And I spent a whole freaking summer, literally a whole summer. It was 90 plus days, head down grinding, trying to figure out how the hell to use Adobe so I can start editing in videos. And my first few videos, they were horrible, but it was my work. Like I edited my own video, recorded my own video, did my own lighting. I did all of that stuff, right? It was horrible. But nowadays, man, there's so many different tools out there. Dude, you can edit a video in 15 minutes. I used to spend hours editing videos. Like I would, for a 15-minute video, I would probably spend like 4 hours editing a 15-minute video. I'm like, dude, like this can't happen. And I did that for a whole freaking summer, right? But nowadays, the world is changing. So back to my analogy, the rules have changed, but people are still operating like it hasn't. And I'm like, dude, where do we do that at? So here's the message. The biggest opportunities are usually obvious in hindsight, right? I mean, anybody, we can say, yeah, if I would have known what I known back then, I would have done different things differently, but they're invisible in real time. So I think we all agree with that. Listen, I spent a lot of time recently thinking about why certain people seem to accelerate faster than others. And I wanted to get here and just have a conversation with you guys. Again, I feel like I'm not judged here. We can just have honest conversations with people learning from one another, right? And you guys always seem to continue to show me love and tap in. I really do appreciate that. Invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. I do these every single day, noon Central Standard Time. So here's what I'm noticing. Like I spent a lot of time recently thinking about why certain people seem to accelerate faster than others. And what I'm noticing is it's not necessarily the people that are smarter that are accelerating the fastest. That's not the case. And it's not necessarily that people are just more talented or they got more skills than you. The people that I see that are really accelerating right now, the people who understand how the game is changing and then how they had learned to apply their skill sets or their knowledge and insights into the way the game is changing. And that's kind of like what's been happening for me. So that's those are the people who seem to be winning right now. That's what I'm seeing, right? So I want to come here and share with you because I know a lot of people feel like you're getting stuck when you're creating your own content, when you're creating your own visibility, when you're building your own brand, when you're trying to build up your business. Sometimes we got to lean into how the world is actually changing. We can't stay stuck in yesteryears and then expect to have greater years, but we're still operating in yesteryears. Listen, the gap between who you are, the gap between the people who are visible and the people who are invisible is getting wider. It really, really is. It's getting so much wider. The gap between who creates and the people who consume is also getting wider. There's a gap between the people who communicate and the people who stay quiet. That's getting wider too. And you're like, well, why is that? We're in 2026. There's so much technology out here. Why is that gap getting wider? Listen, I'm not here to criticize anybody. This is just my observation. I feel like, again, this is a safe space. I can come here, I can speak in front of the cameras, I can talk to you about what I'm learning, what I'm seeing. And remember, anything that I'm telling you right now, I'm applying behind the scenes in real time. So again, make sure you guys give me a follow. I don't care what channel you give me a follow on, but support is support, love is love, right? But right now, my big focus has been LinkedIn. I've been putting out a lot of content because I wanted to dominate that market. And then I'm going to bring in Instagram. I'm going to bring in YouTube. I'm going to bring in TikTok. Now I'm streaming across all of them, but you haven't really seen me put out a whole lot of content across the other ones yet because that's strategy. It's strategic, right? I wanted to learn how to be comfortable in my own skin in one place first and start dominating that space before I start jumping around and spreading myself thin and then being like, okay, well, why can't I dominate or build a brand that I'm looking for? Because I never perfected how to build my brand on one platform. So that's why if you've been rocking me and you've been following me on LinkedIn, like that's been my home for quite some time, but I stream everywhere. The market right now, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. I see you, JM. Thanks for joining. Listen, invite other like-minded individuals. I mean, I'm streaming on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I do these every single day, noon Central Standard Time. The market, this is what I'm saying. The market is rewarding people who can clearly communicate their value. That's becoming a superpower. So I wanted to share that with you guys today because, again, I know there's so many people right now. You're building up your brand. You're building your business. You're creating visibility for yourself. You're angling for that promotion at your job. And what I'm seeing right now, the market is rewarding people who can clearly communicate their value. They're getting tons of love right now. And I think a lot of professionals are still operating under the old belief, but they're thinking that their life is going to change tomorrow by doing some old shit. I see Millie Jackson. I appreciate the love. Listen, the belief that good work will eventually speak for itself, that's dead. I hate to be the first one to tell you that if this is the first time you're hearing that. Like culturally, a lot of us, we're taught, man, go to school, get your high school diploma, get your degrees, go work for an organization, go spend 7, 12, 15 years busting your tail, then you're eventually going to get noticed. And then once you get noticed, you're going to get promoted. Once you get promoted, your life is going to be beautiful. Have y'all seen that? I don't know if you've seen that, but the world has changed, man. That old belief is out the window. And I understand why people believe that because I used to believe it too. But the more I start to build this thing publicly, the more I realize good work matters. It really, really does, right? Great work matters. It does. But visibility accelerates the opportunities that actually come your way. Have you ever noticed how many incredibly talented people are still waiting to be discovered by somebody, recognized for their talent, rewarded for their ability? Maybe it's you. I'm not trying to call anybody up, but have y'all noticed how incredibly talented people, they're just still waiting to be discovered? Is that you? Have y'all done that before? Like, what are we waiting on? Like, I don't get it. What, right? Yeah, I see you, Layla. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I see you, Mahala. I see you, and Katie. Thank you for tapping in. Like, they're still waiting to be recognized. They're still waiting for someone else to notice what they bring to the table. And it's so disheartening. Like, okay, I was an executive back in the day. Let's just say I was part of an executive team. We sold a $750 million technology company back in 2018. And even though there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me in the room, I was happy on one hand because I've accomplished something that I never dreamed that I could accomplish. But I was sad on the other hand because I realized, dude, there's so many dope people that they should be in the room and they're not in the room. Get my camera right, man. It don't want to catch me right. There we go. All right, yeah, there we go. And they're not in the room, so that forced me. I was like, okay, we got to do something about that. How can we get people hip to the game, educated? And that's why I decided to build this live in public. But meanwhile, y'all see this. Other people, they're documenting, they're sharing, they're teaching, they're communicating, and they're building trust in public. And opportunities, somehow they keep finding them. Have y'all noticed that? You're like, damn, Patrick's on another podcast. Damn, Patrick's on the news again. Patrick's in another magazine. Patrick's been featured in another publication. Man, Patrick is going viral here, here, and there. You know what that is, family? Like, I've been just decided to create my own opportunity. I was like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do my own thing. And for whatever reason, the market is rewarding me today for that. But I'm here to share with you, man. It's not just me, it's other people like me as well. And what I'm trying to do is just help people with the framework. That's why I come here and talk about it in public. And it's not accidental, it's positioning. It's exactly what it is. And I think that's one of the biggest shifts that are happening right now. So let me tell you what I'm noticing firsthand. Again, I see you. It's been hard to find good opportunities. Any tips? You're 18. Oh man, where's my camera zoomed in again? Come on, camera. Let me get that right. Hold on, family. Let me get my camera right. Okay, there you go. Make sure that camera's right. So yeah, you want to know it's been hard to find good opportunities at 18. That's fair. I mean, you're still at that age right now. At 18, you know what I would be doing at 18? And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but at 18, I would be trying to put my nose in everybody's business and find out what's working and what's not. And then I would actually connect with the people who I admire, follow the people who are actually speaking to where you're trying to go, and just glean some insight. Like, just be a fly on the wall at this point, because at 18, there's a lot to learn, but you're full of motivation and ambition, which is, man, you want to use that to the advantage. This is not the time at 18 to stop advocating for yourself, to stop speaking up for yourself. At 18, what I would do, every single opportunity, I would volunteer for some opportunities that are extremely outside my comfort zone. I would make my voice known, meaning I always have an opinion on something, and not have an opinion so much so that you're annoying, but have an opinion that is valuable. So I see a lot of people, what they ended up doing, they join these organizations and they bust their ass off. Like they'll put in a good 40, 50 hours, 60 hours a week, and you're busting your ass. And you're thinking when you get home that eventually you're going to be rewarded because you work hard. Somebody's going to notice you. You're going to get promoted. But that's not how it works. You want to work. You want to add value, but then you also want to make your value felt, and you want to tie it back into business outcomes. So if you're trying to get promoted, you're trying to get your next opportunity, the things that I would always speak of is how are we driving revenue for the company? How are we're helping out with retention? And how are we optimizing customer feedback as well? Like, those three things are important for any business. So if you can learn how to distinguish yourself or share your voice in those particular things in those settings, it's going to help you out tremendously. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, listen. So let me tell you what I'm noticing firsthand. The content, it isn't creating the biggest opportunities today. Like, the relationships are. And I think a lot of people are missing this when you're building out your brand. You're focused so much on the content that you forget about the relationships, right? I feel like Instagram is like, that camera on Instagram looks a little wonky, but it looks fine everywhere else, which is interesting. But anyway, the newsletter for right now, it isn't creating value because it's a newsletter. We're talking about my newsletter. It's not creating value just because it's a newsletter. It's creating value because it's building trust. Okay. Again, this is my safe space. I can come here. I can share with you what I'm learning, pass it on to you guys. So when you're building out your same framework, your business as well, you can be like, okay, I tapped into Patrick's live. This is what he's did. This is what actually working. So everything that I'm telling you is actually working in real time right now. Or if I struggle with it, I would share that I'm struggling with it right now, right? So the daily lives that I do right here, they're valuable because, you know what, like they're not valuable because I'm talking every day. That's not the value. Which I know some people may like the way my voice sound or like the way I look, facially. I'm not sure, but that's not the value. They're valuable because repetition creates familiarity, right? So every single time y'all see these, my lives begin to grow throughout the week. It's because now people know, man, you can set a clock on it. Patrick, he's going to have his live noon Central Standard Time every single day, Monday through Friday. So the value is in the familiarity. It's the pattern that I'm creating. And a lot of people miss this when you start building your brand. We're inconsistent on our timing of our posts that we're putting out there. We're inconsistent on our messaging of the posts that we're putting out there. 1 minute we're talking about leadership, the next minute we're talking about our kids. 1 minute we're talking about delivering solutions, the next minute we're talking about how our friend missed the wedding. Like, we got to stick with our lane, and then we got to speak to that lane. But the biggest thing is create the pattern so the algorithm knows how to pick you up. Everything keeps coming back to the same thing for me, though. It's relationships, relationships. That's what I'm seeing. I want to start something very different, but don't know where to start. Well, listen, that's, man, you it's almost a segue into, what I'm actually building. Like, when I set out to build this thing, again, I wanted to give people an opportunity, have the framework, the system, basically the playbook, so them too, they can build up a brand and a company and build $1 million, right? So that's what I created. It's absolutely done. I see you, Rob Dunn, on YouTube. Thanks for tapping in. It's absolutely done. I've already built the framework for you. I really have. I will be sharing that soon. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, this is a great opportunity to do that. I'm building it to 50,000 this year. We got over 7,000 strong today. We're growing at the 50,000. I'm about to release my branding and visibility $1 million playbook. You will have access to that as well. It has the step-by-steps of things that we need to be doing so you can grow your $1 million brands as well. So if you want to learn more, you want to tap into that. But that's what I'm saying. For me, it's not the followers, it's not the impressions, it's not the views, it's the relationships that I'm building. The fact that I can sit here and have a conversation with you guys in front of the cameras and not be judged. Mia, where you sign up is there's a link in my bio, there's a floating banner depending on where you're streaming from. There's a QR code right there, or simply type in newsletter and I'll make sure you personally get an invite. But there's tons of places you can sign up for. I want to make it pretty easy, okay? But you'll have access as well. So here's my thoughts. A lot of people are measuring things wrong today, right? They're measuring visibility, but I'm starting to pay more attention to connections, because connections create the opportunity. And a lot of us, we forget this. It's kind of like this, doing the live. When I'm having this live, you know what I'm creating? I'm creating not only trust, but I'm creating a real connection with people. People can see my voice. You can feel my energy. You can see how I think out loud. You can see how I connect with the audience. But more than anything, you can see I'm human. Like, this is not AI. I'm actually a person. And relationships like this are valuable. If you're thinking that, hey, I want to create my own personal visibility, my 2 cents for you is you definitely want to build your own newsletter so you can create, or whatever vehicle, so you can start capturing some people's information. But then also speak to your audience, man. Like, have a real conversation with folks. Let them know you're human. Let them know that there's a thought process behind what you do. Let them know you're not you may write your posts in AI, but the way you deliver yourself is 100% human. And I think that authenticity, it actually matters. It actually counts, right? So this is changing how I'm spending my time right now. I see you, Mia. Thank you. Appreciate you. So it's changing my time. This is changing how I'm spending my time right now. Like, I think now I'm thinking less about how do I reach more people. And I know a lot of people, this is going to be counterintuitive to the way you think it. But you're like, okay, Pat, but I'm trying to build my brand. I need to reach more people. And it's valuable. It's truly important. I still think about how I reach more people as well. But oh man, I'm getting all close on that camera. For whatever reason, that camera just be zooming in on me. Let me stop that camera. Let me fix that camera. I need to say something when that camera zooms in like that. There we go. I think that camera's a little bit better. So now I'm thinking less about how do I reach more people, more about how do I deepen trust with people that are already here. Like, that's the vibe that I'm on right now, right? I want the followers, I want the growth, I want people to tap in. But at some point, if I can deepen a relationship with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, eventually it's different. Like, that's a different strategy. It's a different mindset than a lot of people think. It's a different business altogether. A lot of people think, I just want followers. I want followers. I want followers. Me, yeah, I want people to follow, but I want to deepen the relationship, because if I can deepen the relationship, I can change people's lives. And in return, those people can change people's life. And now there's there's a gradual effect, right? Now I start to ask myself, how do I create more value, right? How do I strengthen my relationships? How do I help people solve bigger problems? Because if I get that right, like if I really, really get that right, the growth takes care of itself. See you, NTG. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. But if you get that right, the growth takes care of itself. So when I tell people when you're trying to grow, half the battle is your strategy. A lot of people step into the game of branding and visibility or trying to market themselves by generating followers, but you forget to insert yourself into the mix. What's your voice? What's your brand voice? Do you have an opinion on things? Are you connecting with people at a deeper level? Like, are you helping people navigate their own particular journey as well? I think once you tap into helping people solve their bigger problems, everything else just comes back to you. Maybe that's why I've had an early initial success. I say early, even though we've been 5 months into this thing, but I'm having a little bit of success. So I want to lean into that. That's a signal for me. So when people ask me, like, what are you seeing right now that most people are missing? My answer probably is we're living in a relationship economy. And it's not an attention economy. It's a relationship economy. It probably used to be attention when we were going through COVID and everything else. But again, I share with you, the world is changing. So now we're going from attention to now we're migrating over to relationships. So you want to work on those relationships. And that works for, again, professionally and personally. It works in your personal life. It works in your business life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, you're mid-level professional, corporate executives, that's kind of what we should be thinking about. How can we strengthen those relationships? Attention starts the conversations. We want attention because if we get attention, it can start a conversation somewhere. But you know what? Trust keeps it going. Relationships is what create the opportunity. And people who understand that shift, they're going to have a massive advantage over the next few years. That's why I'm sharing it with you now, because this is what I'm picking up game on. And I was like, dude, if I can help you improve, it's going to help me improve, and then we can grow together. But that's what I'm seeing right now. And honestly, family, I think I'm still early. Maybe I'm on something, maybe I'm not. But I also think it's important to have an opinion. Don't ever leave yourself out of the equation, because sometimes you're overlooked because people don't think you have an opinion. They just think that you have work ethic, but without an opinion. Get to the next level by having an opinion, family. That's all I have for you today. I really do appreciate the love. Thank y'all for rocking and tapping in with me every single day. Let's get it. Hey, we're getting to 50,000 members in the newsletter. I will be dropping, hopefully next week, my branding and visibility, the $1 Million Playlist playbook. It truly is designed to take you from here to here. It's designed to help you jump hurdles from here to here to here so we can get to there. I even included in there a whole framework to how to map out and price your $1 million package. Like it's all designed inside the playbook. So sign up for the newsletter. You'll be amongst the first people to get access to that. I would love to see you on the inside, see your name and information on the inside, family. Until next time, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. Let's get it.